Okay. Things change 2 or 3 times a year, as they always do, and at least once a year the deals peak out on a certain camera and you can just go, damn, that's really cheap for a great camera. In this case, it's the Nikon D800E. 36 megapixel camera, the slight predecessor, basically the same damn camera, to the Nikon D810. 36 megapixels, I mean, a portraiture and landscape and architectural photographers and even astrophotographers' dream camera. Wow. Fastest autofocus for sports action and wildlife? Yeah, not really. It's plenty fast enough for most wildlife, however. I am seeing a lot of D800Es asking, buy it now in really good condition. Much better than really good condition. For at $1,000 to $1,100 plus. And that is just bat poop crazy. So, a lot of people ask me, say, what's the best deal right now? Of course, it depends on what the hell you're doing. I mean, if you want, you know, a hardcore camera for sports action and wildlife, I say just grab a Nikon D500, which has an incredible bottomless buffer, basically bottomless. Or if you even have more money, the Nikon D850. But even still, for bird photographers, given the bottomless buffer, if you want to rip them off hard for a while, and I have both cameras, the D500 is still a top recommendation, but this video is not about the D850 or the D500. D800E prices are ludicrous. So that's the only thing I could would existentially tell you, that if you're looking for something for sports action and talking about moose wildlife versus flying bird photography, both of those are wildlife, but one of them is pretty fast and the other one is sitting out there chewing on the grass. So I guess we have to be specific when we're talking about wildlife. But anyway, at $1,000 plus, that is ludicrous. So this is a video that everybody always wants me to keep them updated on. And if architecture, astrophotography, landscape, and portraiture are your ilk, you know, a crispy, good used D800E for that price is really rather ludicrous. I mean, not too long ago it was a $3,000 camera. That is the best full-frame deal going on right now. Let's contrast that with one of the worst. One of the worst full-frame, and this is an awesome-ass camera. I love the piss out of this camera. The Nikon D4. Actually, the worst value camera, and it's a perfectly fine camera. And it has been now for 2 years plus, more than that. Nikon D3S or D3X is the worst. I love the Nikon D3. I've got 3 of them, but the Nikon D3X and D3S are abysmally priced. I mean, they're selling for crazy money, and everybody paying that for them is just absolutely bonkers. Post-lobotomy, something is wrong with them. Hell no. Well, what, you're gonna pay what, $2,000 for a 12 megapixel camera? You know, I know it's built like a tank, but for that kind of money, you can get yourself 2 D800. That kind of money, you could do a lot better. Those are the 2 worst. The next third worst would be the Nikon D4S, which is really just one tiny fart upgrade from this, the Nikon D4. So the actual worst value camera, Nikon D3X, then the D3S, the D4S, and then sitting number 4 as worst value. Even, you know, I love this camera. Oh yeah, someone make a meme of me kissing this camera. Ooh, it's this camera, because these still average about $2,200 to $2,300. It's not that fast of autofocus. It's a 16 megapixel camera. It does, however, one of its redeeming features for portraiture, where you're not cropping, you know, you don't have a great deal of croppability at 16 megapixels, but with a 7.3, oh my god, that's big, micrometer pixel pitch. And the rendering out of the Nikon D4 is just, it's actually even It's right on par. In some cases, I think it's a hair better than the number one, which the D700. Everybody said, "Oh my God, I bought a D700 off your recommendation. You're so right. The skin tones out of it, just everything is whoa my God." It's because it's Panasonic sensor. Now it is the same sensor in the Nikon D3 on the D700. However, the Nikon D3 and D3S render totally different because everything is not about the sensor. It's about image processing. How the image is clocked and converted off of the sensor. Anyway, this is second, if not sometimes, quite often, number one, especially too since you got some croppability of 16 megapixels. That and the fact that it's, you know, got an incredible frigging buffer. The D4 buffer is incredible. But at an average of $2,300, which is the average, this is number 4 of worst value. But this is one of my most beloved cameras of all time. The output SOOC straight at a camera is yeah. But this video is not about that. Not really. So there's top recommendation on best value camera currently, absolutely at $1,000 plus, the Nikon D800E. That's ridiculous for a 36 megapixel incredible camera for portraiture, landscape, architectural, astrophotography. Just, I mean, that's just incredible. That's just unbelievable. Thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, you always make a small donation below because I have no affiliate links, because whatever the hell you buy, lens or camera, I don't make a dime. Therefore, my recommendations are on the level. Not only that, I got more experience with the lenses and the cameras, Nikon and Fujifilm, than the other photography channels combined. Because they may admit that I'm a schmuck or I have a crappy personality. They say, who do you think, your emotions aside, has more experience with Nikon, Fujifilm cameras and lenses? It's like, it's that fat, bald, tattooed dude. Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year. All that jazz. Bye.